Welcome back to INFJ Investing Insights or III, a channel on personal finance and investing as viewed through the lens of an INFJ. INFJs are known to predict the future of people to a high degree of accuracy through a deep intuitive understanding of human psychology and pattern recognition. Again, I am not a financial advisor and these are just my thoughts and opinions. It's no secret that Tesla has a devoted following of supporters and fans of all ages known as the Tesla community. They are a powerful group to contend with. I don't see them going anywhere other than continuing to push forward Elon Musk's vision of a better world for humanity. I sense that Elon will succeed because he must, and his followers sense the urgency of his mission also. Most recently, an online petition garnered more than 58,000 signatures urging President Biden to acknowledge Tesla's leadership in the EV space. Elon and I believe that this petition did make a difference because Biden finally did acknowledge Tesla as the largest EV manufacturer in the United States, after snubbing Tesla for a year or so by not uttering the word Tesla, but instead, focusing on union workers from legacy automakers. I understand that kowtowing to his constituents is all a part of the political game, so I am not surprised, but he finally did do the right thing, which was to acknowledge the reality that Tesla is leading. He just needed a little prodding from political pressure, a language he understands. So who are Tesla's supporters? What are their motivations? What are their shared characteristics? Tesla's supporters include all of the Tesla fanboys and fangirls, investors, people who want to do something about climate change, the younger generation, and futurists. There is no shortage of Tesla fanboys and fangirls on the internet and amongst YouTubers. These are the people who love the product. Either they're already Tesla owners, or they have experienced one for the first time and owning one is on their wish list in life. This fan base is very similar to Apple's fan base, who are willing to wait in super long lines the night before just to get their hands on the newest expensive Apple product like an iPhone that is over $1,000. Tesla's fan base, on the other hand, are willing to put down a deposit and wait over a year on a wait list for one, and spend a huge chunk of their income on a Tesla in the name of environmentalism, safety, keeping up with the Joneses, and common sense. Hey, Tesla's vehicles are vastly superior in many ways. Tesla's brand strength is through the roof and their fan base loyalty is unbending. Tesla's early investors have gone through many ups and downs, but for the ones who stuck through all of it, many of them are now millionaires. In my opinion, these guys went through a significant calculated risk because Tesla did almost go bankrupt several times, as Elon pointed out, but their bet paid off big time. Tesla is an S&P 500 club, and they're about to become a Moody's investor-grade blue chip company sometime this year, maybe around March, opening the floodgates to big money institutional investors, who I believe see the writing on the wall and want to jump on the Tesla bandwagon, but their own rules currently prevent them from doing so because Tesla hasn't hit blue chip status yet. Most Tesla investors are Tesla owners. You have to drive a Tesla to know what I'm talking about, because driving a Tesla for the first time is an experience in and of itself. I've personally driven a Model 3 and a Model X with an older version of full self-driving software, and I think Tesla has set a new driving standard. For people who still believe in science, they believe that something's got to get done about climate change. Governments are notoriously slow to address this issue because some of the constituents who elect these political leaders have conflicts of interest. Think the internal combustion engine vehicle industry and the oil and gas industry. Money talks. Money is the mother's milk of politics. The only other force strong enough right now to combat this conflict of interest is the invisible hand of capitalism. Many of Tesla's investors are investing to get rich and save the world at the same time, for their own kids or for the future of the human race. Environmentalists help with combating climate change, but they also need to be backed by conscientious capitalism. I believe the younger generation is more open to supporting Tesla because they want to do something about climate change while at the same time having the thrill of owning a supercar for the masses. Younger people are acutely aware of what's new and innovative. They like to stay on the cutting edge. Even little kids these days can recognize a Tesla when they see one. The future belongs to these young whippersnappers, and I believe they will vote for Tesla with their money, whether it be in their vehicles or shares of Tesla stock. I sense this paradigm shift from the groundswell of support from everyday citizens who closely follow Tesla, even though Tesla has never spent a dime on advertising, because Tesla's supporters and customers ultimately are Tesla's PR department. Tesla's mission statement of accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy appeals to the younger generation because they are the ones who will have to live in tomorrow's world. The EV sales numbers also back up this proposition. Just look at ARK Invest's research numbers and graphs on the EV revolution. EV sales are exponentially rising. ICE vehicles sales are dropping. The numbers don't lie. What do futurists see in Tesla's future? I imagine a future where the world has successfully transitioned to fully sustainable energy, which will include solar and wind. Electric vehicles will become the norm probably by 2030. Tesla's Megapack energy storage solution will decentralize the electric energy grid throughout the world so that cases like the recent Texan cold snap power outage don't happen again. Tesla's full self-driving will continue to improve with data at an accelerating rate thanks to the exponential learning curve of AI neural nets. Car accidents will significantly drop until they become a thing of the past, and Tesla bots built on Tesla's electric vehicle FSD software will radically change the labor economy. The alternative is the status quo, which is unacceptable, and I sense sick and tired of the status quo. I consider myself an older millennial who shares our generation's sense of idealism, and I invest my money in companies that I believe will make the world a better place for my kids. Tesla stock is currently a huge chunk of my net worth, but I also do see the genomics revolution as being on the cusp of changing the face of human longevity, something I believe Wall Street is still asleep on, but that's a video for another day. So what are some common shared characteristics that I have sensed within Tesla's community of supporters? Traits that I've noticed include idealism, loyalty, open and independent-mindedness, logically inclined, knowledgeable, hopeful, confident, and inspired. These supporters believe in an idealistic future where climate change is staved off with innovative technology. They are very loyal to Elon Musk and to his missions of accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy, which in turn feeds into his other goal of making humans a multiplanetary species. Tesla supporters don't just blindly follow and support Tesla and Elon Musk. They back up the reasons for their support with logical and very knowledgeable principles-first thinking and arguments. They are open to well-thought-out criticisms and open to changing their minds if objective evidence supports it. Currently, they are very hopeful for a bright future for Tesla, which is carried by the very strong undercurrent of the EV revolution, and are confident of Tesla's leadership in this space. Sometimes this confidence may come off as cocky, but the objective evidence gives a strong argument for Tesla's continued rise. Even mainstream analysts are beginning to see a pathway to the most bullish valuation models. Tesla's culture of failing forward at breakneck speed with the aim of being less wrong serves as an inspiration to its followers. The company strives to be better, and so does its followers. Some followers even take Elon Musk's lead in philanthropy to do their own philanthropy. They are inspired and motivated to be better themselves. Musk recently donated $5.7 billion in Tesla stock last year and didn't even publicly take credit for it. Bonus round. So why all the FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt thrown at Tesla? Despite everything Tesla has overcome and accomplished, why does Tesla still have an anti-Tesla crowd of detractors in 2022? I believe one reason is that mainstream media needs bears on TV in order to have a bear versus bull debate. No debate makes for less interesting content and less viewership because of less FUD. No debate means less money for networks. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt tends to attract more eyeballs because humans are built to scan for dangers in their environment. It's a survival instinct. The old journalistic mantra says that if it bleeds, it leads. Hence, the negative bias you see in reporting in the news today. A news junkie would think that the sky is constantly falling. Tesla's detractors also have their own conflicts of interest. Tesla is inherently disruptive to several existing markets. Always take everything you hear with a grain of salt and question if the source has a conflict of interest. As Kathy would say, it's better to climb a wall of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, than to ride a glut of optimism which would lead to uninhibited runaway valuations similar to the dot-com bubble. I believe there's a healthy amount of FUD right now, otherwise Tesla's stock price would get too far ahead of its potential. Remember, Tesla's current level of success wouldn't be where it is right now without all of the short sellers that got short squeezed. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notifications bell for more content. Also leave a comment to let me know your thoughts or anything you would add to my list of Tesla's supporters and detractors.